Hello guys and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. I am sorry I wasn't at home for the past 2 weeks, so there was a little break from my videos. Nevertheless, today we're flying in Florida from Merritt Island to Cedar Key, which is the shortest paved runway in Florida. So now you can see me taking off from Merritt Island, an awesome small airfield just to the south of the NASA shuttle landing facility. And because it's so close to the shuttle landing facility, we will take a look at NASA's runway and the shuttle assembly building in just a minute. Originally, my plan was to present to you an airline flight with the A320neo or some other jet, but this game is so buggy, the autopilot doesn't work, the screens don't work, the physics behind the aircraft are just shit. So we will stay with small aircraft for now. Hopefully Microsoft will fix the whole sim in the future. But that's not the topic of this video. Currently we're flying over the Kennedy Space Center visitor complex, which you can see on the screen right now. It's an awesome museum, if you can call it like that, and I definitely recommend visiting it if you have the chance to go to Florida. On the right side of the aircraft you can see the launch pads over the wingtip and the shuttle assembly building or vehicle assembly building, this giant cube to the right side of the aircraft right now. Straight ahead you can see one of the longest runways in the world. Makes sense because the shuttle used to land here, and I think it's around 4,400 meters. And we will fly a low approach here, don't touch the runway, and then continue to Daytona Beach for some more sightseeing. I know it's not the most direct route to Cedar Key, but if we have the chance to fly in Florida, then we can do a little bit of sightseeing as well. In the real world, if you ask ATC for a low approach over this runway, they usually allow you to fly over it, but you have to remain to the west side of the runway all the time, so you don't get too close to the launch pads. So now we're leaving the NASA shuttle landing facility with the beautiful sunrise in the background. After a short flight, we arrive at Daytona Beach, which you can see under the plane right now. And then we will continue to fly to the airport with the famous Embry-Riddle Aeronautical School and the even more famous Daytona Superspeedway, which hosts the famous Daytona 500 NASCAR race. Unfortunately, I never had a chance to visit a NASCAR race, but I think it's just fascinating and a massive show. The Americans really know how to organize such events. As I said, now below us the airfield and the massive, gigantic Daytona Superspeedway. From here we will continue more or less on a westerly heading towards Ocala, which is a small town in the northwestern part of Florida, which is famous for their horse races. As you can see with this little oval horse racing track in the background, there are like 500 in this area. We are getting closer to Cedar Key. As you can see with this swamp below us in the northern part, or basically, yeah, the whole of Florida is swamp. But what I meant is that we're getting closer to the water, because Cedar Key are a few islands in the northwestern part of Florida. But nevertheless, in the coastal regions, the swamp is very dominant, as you can see out of the right side window and straight ahead. So now we're already approaching Cedar Key. I disconnected the autopilot. Now we're just taking a look at the town from above. I fly a few circles and then over the airfield to land on runway 05. Cedar Key basically looks like Key West in the southern part of Florida, but it's not that crowded. There are not as much tourists as in Key West. In the late 19th century they used to produce pencils in Cedar Key. And that's about it, what I know about this place, so let's just continue the approach. So now we're starting a right-hand turn to enter the downwind leg for runway 05. I will speed up the video a little bit. And obviously it's not a perfectly flowing traffic pattern, we're way too low, but I mean we have perfect visibility and it's a little bit more fun to fly like this. So now you can see me turning to final, and because the runway is so short, the aiming point is basically in front of the runway in the water. We're coming in quite fast, and as I start the round out a little bit too early, I have to open the throttle so that we don't stall. Coming over the threshold, throttle idle, and just let the plane lower itself into runway. So it was a pretty smooth landing, although we touched down a little bit too late, but the runway is still long enough for a plane like the DA-40 to fully stop. So now again I will speed up the replay because it's just taxiing on the ground. And that's it. Welcome to Cedar Key. They even have a small gas station so we can fill up the plane. Let's get a burger or something. I think they have a like $100 burger here. I saw a video about this. But nevertheless, yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what I should do next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.